Everyone is focused on certification. Everyone is focused on aircraft. But what if I told you neither of those is the real bottleneck for eVTOLs? Because today, Joby just made a move into something far more important. Hey up everyone, welcome to Martyn Look as Investor. I'm Vaz. Do you know what time it is? Time to start talking eVTOLs. This isn't about flying taxis. This is about who controls the airspace they fly in. And if you control that, you control the entire market. What happened today? Joby partners with Airspace Intelligence. Joby partners with Airspace Intelligence, ASI. Integration into the United States National Airspace System, or NAS if you will. It's the core tech providing this integration. Flyways, AI platforms, and these are planned for live operational exercises in as early as 2026, which is this year. We also have simulation plus real-world coordination testing on the table. Now, the key line is, this is not about flying more aircraft, it's about managing thousands of flights simultaneously. Now, who are ASI? ASI are AI-based airspace intelligence company. Their core capability, they call this a 4D optimization. So they move in 3 dimensions in space, plus the extra dimension on top, which is time. They are organizing predictive, not reactive air traffic control. So the current reactive air traffic control deals with the problems when they come. This one deals with the problems before they actually happen. So already we have supporting system that influences about 40%, give or take, of US air traffic now, or air traffic flow at this point. They are also backed by Andreessen Horowitz, one of the most influential Silicon Valley venture capital firms, known for backing category-defining technology platforms like Facebook, Airbnb, and OpenAI. Now, what do ASI actually do? Which fields they are covering? Well, as already mentioned, they cover quite a big share of the civil aviation sector. They also focus on defense logistics. And also, they are developing infrastructure optimization. So this is quite a strong partner for Joby. Now, the key line here is they are not building aircraft, they are building the logic that tells aircraft where to go. Now, Joby Aviation, those who don't know Joby, it's the original equipment manufacturer, tier 1, producing flying taxis. eVTOL stands for electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. They have vertically integrated model, or they have been developing vertically integrated model. Aircraft, operations, and network. And now, already, they have FAA, Federal Aviation Authority, aligned certification pathway. And the EIPP, the eVTOL Initial Pilot Program, is positioning them for early operations as early as this year. And this can actually start materializing in next few months. Now, that's not it. That's very shallow. That would have been very shallow perspective. We need to dive deeper. This is where it gets interesting technically, because Joby are already working with NVIDIA. They are using NVIDIA DRIVE Thor platform. What does it do? What is the Thor for? It's a centralized compute architecture. it provides real-time AI processing, and it provides autonomous decision support. As you can see here, here is a snapshot from Joby's initial testing of this platform. Now, let's connect this. You have Thor provided by NVIDIA on board. This is the onboard intelligence. And now you have the new partner, ASI, and their Flyways. This is airspace intelligence. So it all starts making sense. It all starts putting together a wider picture. Now, again, another key insight here is you now have aircraft thinking for themselves and an airspace system thinking for all aircraft. So think of high-level super autonomy. This is convergence from vehicle-level AI to system-level AI. Now, the question changes. It's no longer, can these aircraft fly? It becomes, who decides where they fly and how many can fly at once? And this is the real bottleneck, the current air traffic control. The traditional air traffic control is human-controlled, is reactive. That means it actions when the problem happens. It's built for low-density traffic, large aircraft separation. Now, that's not in favor of eVTOL, because eVTOL requires high-density urban operations, continuous routing, short cycle flights. And it also requires automation, prediction, and dynamic conflict resolution. But this is what ASI enables: pre-flight optimization, real-time rerouting, and conflict avoidance before it actually happens. So the key line here is, you cannot scale eVTOLs with traditional air traffic control. It simply doesn't work. Now, let's go one step further. The air traffic control. The Secretary of Transport, Sean Duffy, has been pushing modernization of air traffic control architecture. Now we have direction of travel, because we are moving away from legacy radar-based control toward digital system or digital systems, automation-first infrastructure, and software-defined airspace. Now the core objective here is to handle drones, eVTOLs, mixed traffic environments. We are talking hundreds and thousands of aircraft in the local ecosystem. Now, BNATCS. They couldn't pick any shorter acronym for this. Brand new air traffic control system, BNATCS. It focuses on scalability, integration of autonomous and semi-autonomous aircraft. And now the critical interpretation for this block is, this is the first time policy and technology are aligning toward high-density autonomous aviation. Now, for you as an investor, how can we separate this news? How can we separate this partnership? Well, for bull case, we have Joby positioning themselves in aircraft layer, operations layer, and airspace layer. So we have three big ticked boxes. Potential outcomes: we have higher utilization rates, we have better margins per aircraft, we are much more effective, we have network level advantage. Joby is very likely building a big strategic moat compared to the rest of the market. So if you optimize routing, you optimize the economics. Now, the bear case for this news: air traffic modernization. Historically, it can be very slow and is highly regulated. ASI adoption is not guaranteed across all jurisdictions as well. So this does not necessarily have to benefit Joby for their nationwide operations. And fragmented global airspace, the airspace standards, they are dependent. They are dependent on the FAA timelines, and it still remains dominant. So if there are any delays from the FAA side, this might not be as good news for Joby for a while. Now, while everyone is watching certification, Joby might be solving something far more important. Because in the end, the company that controls the airspace controls the market. You know, Joby have been very precisely and finely engineering their ecosystem, their infrastructure, and this is another step. This is another piece of jigsaw puzzle into the big advanced air mobility ecosystem. Before we move on, I would like to ask you if you like this topic, if you are a Joby investor, if you are following, or if you want to follow the eVTOL market, hit the like button and subscribe because we are bringing you updates. You're only 20 minutes of the eVTOL market updates you need daily. On the eVTOL market daily. That was topic of the day. Let me know in the comments if you think this is big news or what do you think? What is your takeaway? We have tweet of the day as well. And that's something that lines up with today's news. We have Investor Dennis, at Investor Dennis, just to credit where the credit is due. Very good tweet with a video as well where the interview is. Uber CEO on flying taxis. Vertiports will be designed to have multiple vehicles landing and taking off. The location will be based on very high traffic areas like airports and city centers. Flying taxis aren't only a software or chips or manufacturing opportunity. They are also a real estate opportunity. And Uber has the best data on where to place those vertiports. It's capturing the entire air mobility value chain. Long Uber. That is the tweet of the day. I thought that would nicely fit today's topic. Let's have a look at the markets and I will send you on to the next event. I believe Martyn will follow after me shortly with his closing bell thoughts. Today. Not looking good. The whole world been waiting for 8 p.m. Eastern. Is President Donald Trump's deadline going to happen? And what is going to happen beyond this deadline? Everyone is waiting. And you can see it here on the markets. We had yesterday fairly good green day. This morning, overnight, and this morning, it carried on. The momentum carried on just for the market to start selling off shortly after the opening bell. So looking at the whole eVTOL sector, pretty much everything is down 4 to 6%, apart from Bristow. But that's for another story, for another day. Archer currently sitting $5.26, 24 now, moving. Coming to the closing bell, I would not be surprised if we have more downward movement. Because if we have further escalation in the Mid-East, eVTOL stocks are going to take a hell of a hit. Joby Aviation, 8.25. Again, we had a good push after the opening bell towards $9, and now we are almost 10% lower. Vertical Aerospace sitting above $2, $2.30 now. let's see what the reaction is going to be, accumulating better and better position for a nice run-up. But again, let's not jump into any premature conclusions. Let's wait for the deadline and what is the outcome. And even Amprius, our portfolio, our eVTOL market sweetheart stock, is down and has been taking hits today as well. So let me know in the chat, are you buying more on this dip, or are you waiting for the ultimatum, and are you waiting for further escalation or de-escalation? Let me know in the chat. I'm coming to talk to you right now. Your only 20 minutes of the eVTOL market updates you need daily. Right, that wasn't the right button. Let me just adjust this. Back in the chat room with you, and then I will send you off to the next event. There we are. I know Liz was here first. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you everyone for hitting the like button as well. So where are we? Who we've got here? Chip Gaming. Chip Gaming was here first. I thought it was Liz. Welcome anyway, Liz as well. Hit the like button. Hello everyone. Thank you. DJ Hayes as well. Up and away. Liz, share the video. Yeah, big news. I think it's a big news. It's not as reactive news, but for Joby's infrastructure, it is big news. How's things, Liz? Scottish Pete is here as well. Scottish Pete, Liz. Thank God he talks slow, but he uses a lot of OEA, OSS. What are you talking about? Me? Yeah, it was a bit difficult topic in terms of information and everything, so I tried to pace it a bit slower, especially with all these acronyms. Yeah, I mean BN. ATC, US, whatever that was, they couldn't pick any worse acronym, could they? I love Joby, but still not invested, says Liz. Thanks for being honest about the news. Always, Liz, we are always bringing you objective perspective. We are not biased. We are always bringing you the upside, the downside. If they want to compete with China, they will need this stuff. Definitely. Plain sailor, I 100% agree with you. And one of the coming topics will be actually EHang and maybe more of the Chinese eVTOL manufacturers as well. Where would you put your money, Vaz? Beta or Joby? I've been saying it for a while. I want to see more levels on Beta's stock chart. I'm fairly well positioned with Joby. If I could pick between these two, currently for investment, that would be Joby. But this is not financial advice. Pete says, I'm waiting. Good. Liz. What's that pin? Is that a pin or is that a B? What's that? I like it. Plain sailor. Hey. Taco for dinner. Let's go. Well, hopefully, I'm very hopeful the deadline will be pushed back, or we have this de-escalation, or we have some positive news and we can see a nice green run for the rest of the week. Hi Vaz, great show, thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Kurt, one of the regulars. And DJ Hayes says, my buying is paused until I know what is going on in the Middle East. That sounds very mature and very patient. Right, we are running a poll. Will flying taxis take over the skies in the United States? 56% yes, I love it. 6% no, 21% not this decade, and 18% undecided. Well, we are closing the poll. Plain Sailor says he's bullish on Iran. Okay, let's see. I wish you all good luck. I hope we don't have any further escalation. Martyn is not live. Yeah, it's not easy to bringing you updates on in this environment, on people getting killed daily, on potential ruining the whole country. Yeah, I don't blame Martyn. He must have had enough. His morning show was well emotional as well. I loved it, but I would rather have a show about about Virgin Galactic's pumping and NVIDIA and Google and studying balance sheets, but it is what it is. So I wish you all good luck. I wish everyone peace, hopefully, tonight. And I will see you tomorrow. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves and each other.